During the 14th and 15th centuries, China's Ming dynasty expanded and modernized the Great Wall to protect Beijing from marauding Mongols, the most elaborate system of defenses ever built. Confident their capital was safe at last, the Ming emperors turned their attention to another problem, China's far western border. Here, the Great Wall ended in one of the emptiest deserts in the world, where cargoes of treasure, silk and spices passed east and west along the fabled Silk Route. The caravans paid hefty taxes to the imperial coffers and made easy prey for nomad bandits. They needed the best protection money could buy. And that meant building new and massive fortifications between the mountains and the desert at a place called Jiayuguan. The Jiayuguan fort would have to be incredibly strong. In this isolated place, a besieged garrison might have to hold out for weeks before help arrived. Somehow, the engineers had to conjure a bastion of empire from crumbling gravel and sand. What they built was a masterpiece of military engineering, a fort within a fort. Double protection for the defenders and double trouble for invaders. Jiayuguan's brilliant design ensures anyone entering the fort is always visible and vulnerable. From their perches on the ramparts, the sentries could pick off any target at will. Anyone who entered had to navigate a daunting maze of gates and passageways, towers and walls, a Chinese puzzle designed to confuse attackers. No wonder the Ming emperors called this place the strongest fortress under heaven. No one ever captured it. No one even tried. But Jiayuguan needed more than a clever layout to make it strong. Earlier dynasties had built massive walls in this desert using what nature provided: soil, sand, gravel, and reeds. But by the 15th century, the Ming and their enemies were fighting with far deadlier weapons, like some of the world's earliest artillery. So Jiayuguan needed something much tougher than clay and gravel. Again, the fort builders met the challenge with a brilliantly simple solution. They still relied on local clay and gravel to build their walls, but covered them with multiple layers of densely packed bricks, baked hard in the desert sun. And they made sure to build in arrow slits to discourage tampering. Jiayuguan was a triumph, but it still stood alone on the western border, far from any other garrisons. Unless its commander could signal for help, attackers might still overwhelm it and threaten all of western China. The answer was blowing in the wind. Ming military planners perfected the imperial smoke signaling system. Jiayuguan's commander could send a message to Beijing 1,200 miles away in just one day. Safe behind their massive walls, the Ming emperors ruled China for almost 300 years.